know what's next.
Blame it on the, blame it on the, blame it on the, blame it on the gooses.
What's up, y'all? My name is Danny C, and this is Bottles and Bonnets. I'm here with my classy and trashy friends, and today's topic is cheating. So the first question I want to ask is, what's everyone's definition of cheating? Let's go ahead.
Well, first of all, my name is Jamil. I probably want to consider the definition of cheating just basically doing anything that you have to hide from your significant other, spouse, or what have you in a relationship. Like if you're afraid to tell somebody something, I just think it's considered cheating. Like, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Brandon Ballard. My definition of cheating, I would say, is anything that will compromise your relationship with your significant other. So basically, it could be emotional, it could be physical, it could be psychological, but we're not going to go there. But yeah.
My definition of cheating, I'm not used to, by the way, would be stepping out of your relationship and having a mental or physical connection with someone else.
I mean, and my definition of cheating is just stepping out of your relationship, like doing somebody wrong.
Oh, yeah, so basically that's my definition as well, just doing anything. If you can do something that you can't tell me about, that's cheating to me, period, regardless. Just anything. Like if you're talking to another female, you can't tell me that you're talking to this female, you're cheating. I don't care. I know, because what are you hiding for? Okay, so like, so I want to know, like, what do you think, like, what's the reason behind someone cheating?
Well, you want to go first, Brandon, or I think the reason, well, there's many reasons why people will either want to cheat or think about cheating. I know probably one of the main reasons why is simply because, I mean, certain people want like the attention, other ways that people might cheat. Some people feel like they're being neglected in relationships, and instead of actually letting go of it, they just try to find something on the side until they get bored and then just try to head back. But, I mean, those are just a few of the reasons, I suppose. Right.
My reasoning is I feel as if everybody deserves a certain amount of attention, and I feel like if the person is not receiving that, or if they're not getting that enough attention, they're gonna find it elsewhere. And I feel like that's where most people they need that experience, they need that affection or whatever they can find in order to like feel themselves and like be full, quote unquote.
Like,
I think people are unhappy in their relationships and they're missing something in it, and instead of communicating that with their spouse, they just step outside their relationship.
I feel like as a woman, sometimes women need their needs met, and then the guy doesn't bring forth things that like capture them for like the long run, you know. Or sometimes they neglect feelings that they should be like continuing to do, but they like short, like after a while it just kind of like diminishes.
okay, so I know it's like the double standard behind cheating, where men cheat just to cheat, and women cheat just for like an emotional connection that they're not getting in their relationships. But do y'all think there's actual like it's a justifiable to cheat at all?
Well, first off, it's never justifiable to cheat, because regardless, at the end of the day, if you feel like you're being neglected in a relationship and you know that you're feeling wanted by somebody else and they're giving you that attention, what's the point of basically just saying, oh, let me just hold on to this for right now, and if it doesn't, and then let me just head on to what I currently have in front of me. But if it doesn't work out, I have something to fall back on. That's not how it works, okay? So for the whole double standard thing between men, like I agree with what you said, Mia. For guys, we're more susceptible to cheat off of impulse, whereas women, you guys find more of a justifiable reason, and that's more so the emotional aspect of it. But at the end of the day, it's a no-go. It's a no-go.
Anybody else got input on that? No?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
So my thing is, with cheating, because I know like a lot of people cheat. Like, why is it so hard if someone cheated on you or if you're cheating on someone, why is it so hard to just leave the relationship instead of like holding on to something? Why not just let go and go where you've been going and just stay there?
I feel like it's the comfort zone. Like sometimes, like this person is home. You shared a lot with them. Sometimes it's family. Like we have children, this and that. So you that's your comfort zone. You don't want to overstep boundaries for your kids to like have a home. So you like, I don't want to leave her, but I want to make you see home.
I never understood it because it's like, if that's the case, and you wanted to have that comfort zone and make sure everything stays steady, then why step out your relationship, marriage, whatever it is at all? And
That's true.
I never understood that. So like, I just want to know if anybody on this panel has ever cheated before.
Well, unfortunately, speaking from experience in the past, I actually have cheated before, and looking back on it, to answer your previous question, people usually cheat. Well, I know for my case, speaking for me personally, it's like people like me back then wanted to make everybody happy, and that's the whole thing. Because at the end of the day, using my experience now, where I've actually been turned down in a situation where a woman has had to actually choose between two different guys. It's like, you want to make everybody happy, including yourself. Okay, you don't want to be that person to be like, oh, I'm going to have to let you go. You don't want to be that person to basically hurt somebody, and at the same time, you don't want to be hurt yourself, okay? So to do this, a lot of people just simply prefer to hide behind closed doors and try to get that self-satisfaction, and at the same time trying to satisfy somebody else at the same time, when they don't realize that in the long run, whether it be in the light or behind closed doors, you're hurting both people, okay? You're not being honest with the one that you're with, and at the same time, you're running game on the side, whoever that you're dealing with, okay? So either way, it's a selfish mentality that you're dealing with, okay? You're trying to play both roles of a relationship, whether it be the one trying to make somebody happy or trying to bring happiness to yourself, per se. So,
I got something to add to that. I feel as if,
Wait, have you ever cheated before?
yeah, I have.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
Cheated. I'll answer that first question. I have cheated before, and looking back on it, there's a lot of things that I regret doing, and I know that like cheating was the worst option I could have chose, but I feel as if it's a learning experience, and like as you go into later relationships, you do realize that it's not the best decision that you could make, but at the same time you get to learn people's different perspective on things and how you could do better for yourself. So I do see it as an opportunistic experience. But
can I also add to that? I sort of kind of agree with Brandon too, because it's like, if I didn't go through what I went through, because at the end of the day, I'm not saying cheating is beneficial, but at the end of the day, regardless of what you go through, it has repercussions to it. I know back during my whole cheating phase years ago, it brought me some bad karma. Like, it brought me down to the point where I just felt like I was completely alone. Nobody really wanted me. And it brought my self-esteem down at the end of the day, because when I wasn't getting my quick fix, or when I wasn't getting any attention from somebody, then I just felt like I just wasn't anything. But now it's like, when you look back on and you actually learn from that experience, you teach yourself what true devotion to someone like actually feels like, okay? You learn to cherish what you actually have, because you may never know, that junk can just be stripped from you right away, and then you can go right back to square one, and then it just,
Well, personally, lucky me, I've never been cheated on, for the simple fact that I've been single all 20 years of my life. But I've never, I've always... Huh?
I feel like it's by choice.
Not by choice. It's by choice of everyone else. It's by everyone else's choice. So, in my opinion on cheating, I never experienced, but I've dated guys who have talked to me and multiple females. And my thing was, honestly, I just want, truth, be honest about it. Why talk to me and let me know, because we're not together, we're not even in, a whole relationship. Why are you talking to me and her and then not letting me know? Especially, I've been made... I've been the one people cheated with, and I'm so confused, because let me have that option. Like, don't let me know that you have a girlfriend or something. Let me choose like whether or not I'm gonna be the side chick or not. Like, don't make that option for me.
Right.
Like, I never understood this. Don't invite me to your relationship and I don't want to be there. Like, let me know. I never understood like what was the purpose behind it instead of just being honest about it. Period.
Can I say something? Wait, ladies, do y'all have anything to say before I say something about
I
that?
was about to, my mouth was free.
Okay.
I've never cheated. I just got in my first relationship. However, I have been the person who the cheatee has cheated with. But the situation was he was single when he met me, and then he got with his girlfriend. And speaking, if I had to put myself in his girlfriend's position, it has to hurt to be cheated on because you have to feel like you're not enough, and you have to feel like your boyfriend at the time is not satisfied. But it doesn't make it right, and I do believe that people get their just due because they're cheating.
And I've been in a situation before where the guy, and I've told him, he's trying to like convince me to come back to his place. I'm like, don't you have a girl? He told me that was none of my business. How you invite me into your relationship and tell me that's not my business? We the whole trio now. Now I need to let her know that I'm going back to her man's room. So I don't want to fight her. Like, I'm confused. Anything I say to you?
No.
I know.
What?
I feel as if I'm saying this from a guy's perspective. I feel as if like it's really like a possessive factor. Like we hate the fact that like we always need somebody there. That's just the simple fact of the matter. And if when we don't have that, we will try to find it. And if we feel like we're not getting that, that's where we're gonna go to.
And just leave. Why hold on to the whole relationship?
But look, we need something to fall back on, and that's what we rely on.
That's so unfair, though. That's unfair in both situations, male, female, whoever's cheating. The cheatee is like that's so unfair. Why do I have to be your fallback plan?
Right.
When you out here bouncing, all of a sudden I'm gonna bounce back home now. Like,
As
no, keep
messed up as that
bouncing,
is.
keep it pushing. Like, go ahead.
I'm actually against that, sadly, Brandon, because it's like it's not a necessity that we crave. At the end of the day, it's a want. Okay, because from experience of being in a good amount of relationships, if you simply talk to your girl about what's going on 9 times out of 10, if she really cares about you, and you actually let her know like what's going on in your head, she will not leave you.
Yeah.
She really will not leave you. And I only say that because I've actually recently like have gone through that situation, and I haven't been ridiculed for it. I'm not saying that it's not something that shouldn't be brought up or something. But if a girl truly cares about you enough, she'll be there with you, and at the same time, she like you won't feel the need to actually just like hide something like that, or go find somebody else to fulfill that need that main and only girl is supposed to provide for you. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so say if you're in a certain situation where like, or you've been in a long-term relationship and you feel things getting dull.
Leave.
Right.
Leave. If you're unhappy, leave.
But you will know that there's always that emotional connection.
Then you should be willing to fix it and not step out. Like, I never understood that. It's like, I'm so connected to you, I don't want to lose you.
That's
Let me
true.
go ahead and bounce to shorty real quick, and I'll be right back. Like, why?
That's true.
Why?
But
Like,
it's like that psychological dependence. It's like we need you there, and if we feel like we don't have that support anymore, shit falls. Like,
but then let it fall completely off instead of don't have me hanging on by a thread.
He kind of has a point though, because if you kind of switch it around, that sort of paraphrases the justification for why women cheat off of emotional.
I don't condone cheating. Period.
I'm not saying that, but going back to what I think me and you said, it's like women are more susceptible to cheat off of emotional justification rather than just straight impulse for guys. So I mean, if you paraphrase that, he kind of does have a point. But at the end of the day,
we're just not willing to show it. That's all it is.
I think men, where our downfall is, we should be able to actually come to our women and be able to fix it. Because at the end of the day, if you're in some, like, say for instance, we're thinking long term, like you're thinking like it's a marriage, okay?
Divorce.
A marriage? No.
I divorce.
A marriage. Hear me out. We're not even gonna get to that point right now. If every point in a marriage isn't going to be full of roses and daisies and everything. Everything's not going to be hunky dory and happy your entire life. You're gonna go through arguments, okay? for what's it called? In second health, for better or worse. At the end of the day, my philosophy is you're with that person unless you're either physically beaten, there's some type of alcohol or drug issue. I feel like in a marriage, if things like, you know, happen to go wrong, whatever, you just don't get up and be like, oh, let me go to the next damn woman. But I'm gonna keep my marriage on the side. No, you're gonna work that out. You're not going to cheat on nobody.
Sadly, that's what people do. Regardless.
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Any more comments? Okay. Well, that's it. We're out of time. Thank you for tuning in to Rattles and Bonnets. Once again, I'm Danny C. You can find me on Instagram at DVNIMVA. No, MV. I forgot my Instagram for a second. Y'all can drop y'all Instagrams too.
Black Sage,
My
BL.
Instagram, I am my boss.
I'm not that relevant. I'm not drunk.
Okay.
My Instagram is Black Sage, BLVCKSAGE.
Like say the
She already knew what the figure. Had her looking at her boyfriend like, blame it on the, blame it on the, blame it on the.